This is Are We Having Fun? We have another bonus episode. Dude, we are killing it with the bonus episodes. We have an actual guest with us today, and she is a friend of ours. She's a boss ass bitch. I mean, if you're in Orlando, you literally need to meet her. Her name is Rachel Adkinson, and she is going to school us on skincare. I don't know about you, Steph, but skincare is pretty important to me. I have the worst skin in the world.
Yeah, I was gonna say I need all the help.
Yeah.
No.
We have really sensitive skin, so we're so in tune with skincare and taking care of our bodies. And Rachel is a medically licensed esthetician. I had to make sure I said that right. And so she is going to give us the lowdown on everything. She's going to give us some tips, and let's start this off, Steph, right? We're not going to kill any time today. So our first question for you, Rachel, is how did you decide to become a medically licensed esthetician? Like, everybody wants to go to med school. They want to be a nurse.
Yeah.
Like, how did you get into this adjacent field?
And what is the difference to like swing off of that?
Okay.
What is the difference between a regular I don't know how to say that word, and a medically
Okay,
one of those
so
words?
I'm not medically licensed per se. I am a licensed esthetician. I am paramedically certified. The only difference is a regular esthetician goes through about 250 hours required by the state of Florida to obtain their aesthetics license. I did about 1,100 hours, so it was a little bit longer. It's about an
gosh.
extra
That's a lot.
extra like year and a half. Yeah. So the reason I chose, it's not required. You don't have to do this program to be an esthetician, but I chose to do this program to really know the skin. I wanted to know everything, all the skin conditions, skin disorders. I suffered from really, really bad hormonal cystic acne in my late teens, early 20s. I dealt with that for a little while. And I remember one of my bar guests a few years back, probably like 4 or 5 years ago, she had told me that she was an esthetician. And at the time, I had no idea what an esthetician was. And she was like, yeah, you should come see me for a facial. So long story short, I fell in love with the career. I had my facial with her. She taught me a lot about how to heal acne. So I took a tour of a school located near me at Cortiva in Maitland, and they had a really good paramedical program. So I signed up. Fast forward to now, and here I am.
Wow. So what's the difference between,
Nice.
so obviously it's a very broad, I don't want to say broad, but there's a lot of different things under the umbrella of esthetician. So like, what does paramedically mean? Like, I think
So
of
basically,
paramedic,
the paramedical program basically just certifies me in a lot of modalities and machines that you don't learn in the basic program.
Okay.
In the basic program, you basically just learn like the basic steps of a skincare routine: cleanse, tone, exfoliate, hydrate, moisturize, protect. And they teach you a lot like about like arm and shoulder massages and neck massages for the client, how to have like a relaxing
She does
spa
an
experience.
amazing
Nice.
massage. Like, I got a facial done and I was like, I need this massage too.
Cherry on top.
I wasn't expecting.
So when I completed that program, you literally the next day you just jump into the paramedical program. And I was so intimidated at first because they're kind of just like, all right, everything you learned in the basic program, throw it out the door, because this is not all frou-frou fluffy massages.
Nice.
Like, we are going to talk about microneedling, chemical peels, Fitzpatrick's types, like basal cell carcinoma. I'm like, oh my God, I was so scared.
Oh, that's cool. Like, you literally like know it's not just like you're getting something like you said, like frou-frou, like you know the skin, like you know how to treat it.
It's pretty insane. I'm so glad I did it. It was tough, but so worth it in the end, because I can confidently, you know, recommend things to my clients if I see something that's questionable, I will send them to a dermatologist if I do think that they have like a precancerous lesion, or if I think that they may have rosacea. Like, hey, you should go talk to a dermatologist. As much as I would love to tell you that you have something legally, I cannot, but I suspect something, so I'm going to refer you to a dermatologist.
Yeah, good. Always get the professional really involved, cool. But you can do everything to do like maintenance on the skin.
It's almost like you're like the first line of defense too, because it's like most people don't go to a dermatologist, so if they just go for a facial and then you see something and then you tell them to go there, you know, you're like
and a lot of dermatologists have actually like referred the clients that go to see them. They're like, hey, you know, like maybe you should just see an esthetician, which I like appreciate so much, because
I was never recommended. I mean, my guy was like,
I hear you,
but
a lot of them don't. A lot of them will just, you know, I was talking about this the other day. A lot of dermatologists, when they see somebody with acne, they'll just pass out Accutane like it's candy. And my recommendation is like, no, like let's try a holistic approach first. I'm 99% sure gonna clear your acne most of the time, just with a proper home care product. So
at least you
I'm
can
always like try that
help
first.
It holistically, and then on top of that, if they need more, it's like integrative almost.
Right,
like,
absolutely.
You guys work as a team almost. And so what you might not know is Stephanie and I started, well, we've known each other since we were freshmen in high school, but we really became so close in college. We really grew up together, like became adults together. We lived downtown, and it was crazy for us. I mean, if we had somebody like you in our arsenal, we would have a way to like relieve our stress. And a lot of time we were struggling with health just because we were so stressed out all the time and trying to do everything on our own. But I feel like when we were in college, this just wasn't a widely known field. And like Stephanie said, like people don't really know about estheticians. It
wasn't really talked about up until a few years ago. It started to really take off and become super popular. And now it's a very competitive field. Like, let me just say that, like, this is not for the weak. You have to be like, you have to really want this career. But I feel like
discovered this years ago, we would never have skin problems. No, we would, but like, wow.
I know. I wish I knew about it sooner too. I'm like, this whole time I could have cleared my acne if I just went to see an esthetician.
Yeah. Wow. And as Stephanie was asking, so like you kind of explained the different branches, that's what I was trying to think of your field. And what do you see most of the time? Like, is there a certain skin condition or certain service that you provide most of the time?
Yeah, so most of my clients struggle with inflammatory skin disorders like acne and rosacea. So I think two of my most popular services are acne facials, and then the other one would be the Hydroglow. The Hydroglow is my favorite.
I've seen that.
That's the one where it like sucks out all the dirt, oil, bacteria, blackheads, but at the same time, it's also infusing your skin with a variety of serums from hyaluronic acid, collagen peptides. Basically, I customize a serum.
I'm like, that's what I
your
want
skin
right
type.
now.
That's exactly what I need.
We all need it. I'm like, I'm slacking. I need a facial like yesterday.
No, honestly, your face is literally glowing. Like, I don't know if it's the lighting, but like hopefully it shows through the final video, which it should look exactly the same, but like it's literally glowing.
Like, this is what you can have if you just get a facial every now and then.
Pretty much that, and home care. Home care is so important. I tell everyone, I'm like, if you can't afford to come every month, at least invest in the home care, because 80% of your results are going to come from what you're doing every morning and night.
So with that, like what not to say like what are some tips, but like as far as home care, I know everybody has different skin, but is there almost like a certain
basic
regimen?
routine?
Yeah. And
so
then for each
everyone
skin type,
should
you
be
change.
doing like these basic steps: double cleansing to remove all the dirt, oil, and bacteria, tone, exfoliate, moisturize, SPF. You do not need to exfoliate every day. Don't take this as like an everyday thing. Every day you should at least be cleansing, toning, hydrating, moisturizing, and protecting your skin with SPF. I am an SPF psychopath. Like, my clients know I'm like, I'm not even going to do this treatment on you if you're not going to promise me to wear SPF, because you're just throwing your money away. Your acne scarring will never go away.
Half the time you're outing me. I need to get on
all
that.
of us,
like yesterday.
Everyone's
we
like,
live in
I feel
Florida. That's
attacked.
like the worst thing to do.
Yeah,
the number one comment I get is, "Oh, you have sun damage on your nose." I'm like, I know. Like, I grew up in Florida.
Oh, the worst. We all have it.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, that is so helpful, because I feel like people don't even know where to begin sometimes. I mean, it's overwhelming if you go to a Sephora or something like that. There's literally a product for everything, and not knowing what to get and how to put them together is.
I know. You walk in there and you're like instantly like overwhelmed by all these products, and it's just too much. And when my clients come see me, they're like, okay, so like, what should I do for my skin? I'm like, I don't want to overwhelm you, because I know this is all overwhelming for your first time. So just tell me what your concerns are and we can go from there. You know, if your concerns are acne, I'll help you heal your acne. If your concerns are acne scarring, I'll help you heal that as well. First, I always like to treat the root cause, the inflammation in the skin first, before we treat the acne. Because most of the time, if we can just keep your skin hydrated and balanced, it'll correct itself. There's no need to like do all these peels and harsh exfoliants on your skin. It's not gonna make it any better if what your skin really needs is just to be balanced.
Right.
That's awesome. So you're not trying to like push a certain product just because it's more expensive. Like, oh, you should do this peel with this peel with this peel. It's like purely just to heal your skin. Like, and if it can do it by itself, then it does it by itself.
Absolutely. Because if I can heal somebody's skin just from the bare minimum, then I'm gonna do that, because they're gonna tell their friends, and their friends are gonna tell their friends.
Word of mouth is huge in this industry too. Yeah,
absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
What do you think is like a really good brand to start off with for people that like are looking for a good, you know, cleanser, toner, things like that?
Nothing from Sephora. I can't recommend anything from Sephora, Ulta, or any drugstore, because one, I don't really know about them. There's so many different lines out there. I don't know all the lines. I know what I'm trained in, and I know that what I use works. I use professional medical grade products that are not over the counter. You have to get them from an esthetician, a dermatologist, etc. So for beginners, I love Glymed Plus. They have so much. I love their CBD line. CBD is good for any skin type, especially if you do have sensitive skin, it's dry, dehydrated. CBD is super anti-inflammatory. And they have so many different products, like the CBD booster serum, the age delay facial dew, like my favorite, the CBD B3 hydrating mist. I literally spray it on my face throughout the day. It's like a big drink of water for your skin. Amazing. Any skin type can use it.
We trust anyone who recommends CBD.
Yeah, I will be looking up this whole line when we're off here.
Do
we're
it. It's
fiends
amazing.
For hemp. I'm just kidding. We're not fiends. No, but I mean, like, Stephanie gifted me with a CBD candle one time, and you can like melt it.
But it was like the one that you can like melt on your skin, so it turns into a serum.
Ooh, love that.
We love it.
This new trend that's out, it's called slugging. I went over this the other day.
Talk about that, because I saw a video that you posted. So what is slugging?
When you're slugging, slugging is like a Korean beauty trend. It's been around for generations, but there was never really like a term for it per se. So now it's started to resurface, because there's like all these videos and they have a cute little term for it. Not cute, it's kind of weird. Called slugging. So when you think of slugging, you're thinking of like this goopy slime, which is kind of what it is. So you basically coat the face in an occlusive gel like petroleum jelly or Vaseline or Aquaphor in order to help keep your skin hydrated and moisturized, especially during this time of the year when everyone is suffering from dry skin. The reason I don't recommend that for my acne clients, however, is because when you're putting on such an occlusive product like that to the face, anything you applied before that, like let's say you had applied a retinol, which is a really, really active ingredient, that's kind of trapping that in, and it can actually irritate you and break your skin out. So I wouldn't really recommend that for my acne clients. However, if you're not acne prone, you just have dry, sensitive skin, slugging would be beneficial for you, but I would still not recommend Vaseline or Aquaphor. I would recommend something else like CBD Protection Balm by Glymed Plus is really, really good. That one I trust. Very safe, especially if you do suffer with sensitive skin.
Nice. Yeah, that's
I might have to try that. I have like the driest skin on the planet.
We're going to move on to another big part of this journey for you. So we talked a lot about basically how good you are at your job. I'm just kidding. We're very dramatic here. But
I love it.
How you got to where you are today is very inspiring. And Stephanie doesn't know your full story. And honestly, neither do I. So I will urge you to share whatever you want.
Okay.
But a major accomplishment of yours was starting your own business, right? So you could work for someone else, but you have your own studio downtown Orlando. That's a huge accomplishment. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. Okay. So the previous spa that I had worked at before was in Lake Mary. I loved it. I worked there for about 2 years. So right after I had gotten my esthetician license, my basic one, I had gotten a job as a front desk receptionist there. And then just a couple of months later, I started to gain clients. So I started taking clients. And then when I graduated the paramedical program, then I really started doing everything. I was there for about 2 years and I loved it. But eventually the end goal was for me to have my own place. I did not know when. I had no intention of starting it in December of 2021. Things kind of just happened. I had left the spa that I worked at on Halloween, and I just knew that the universe had bigger plans for me. So I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know whether or not I was going to go work for someone else or do my own thing. But one thing I knew for sure was that I did not want to wait too long for that to happen. I wanted to get back to taking care of my clients ASAP. And in the back of my mind, I just knew that starting my own business was what I had to do.
Nice.
So I did it. I bought everything I needed within 3 weeks. It all got here.
Oh my gosh.
Like day after day, I would get packages, deliveries, equipment, beds, all that good stuff. And yeah, my first day was December 1st of 2021.
Wow. And then so describe like the setting that you have for people that haven't visited your studio yet.
Okay, so I rent a room inside of a building, inside of a suite, I should say, in downtown Orlando off of Magnolia. When you first walk in, it's very botanical looking. There's like a faux grass wall. There's a couch and like a little drink station where you can get some detox water. And then you turn the corner and there's a little break room with a restroom for my clients. And then to the left is my room. And it's a very aesthetically relaxing looking room. I have a big pink neon sign. It's really, really cute. And my room is kind of like a taupe and baby pinkish vibe.
So soothing.
Yeah, it is. It's really cute. And that's definitely one of the things that I had in mind for my studio was to make it so aesthetic looking that my clients would want to take pictures and post it. And that's literally what half my clients do. Every time they come, they're like, "Oh my gosh, this neon sign." The neon sign
That's
says,
like free
"This is where the
marketing right
magic
there.
happens."
You thought
Yeah,
about that.
It is.
exactly.
That's awesome.
All the time, people take pictures of that neon sign that I have in my room. It says, "This is where the magic happens," because magic does happen there. I do some life-changing things. So people always take pictures of that and post it, which is awesome. I'm so thankful. And yeah, its business has been great so far. I did not expect to have this many new clients. When I first started in December, my Instagram had like 900 followers, and now 3 months later, 2.5 months later, I'm at 2,300 and something. So I'm like, I almost tripled my following in 3 months.
Yeah.
So I'm super
we're going to
thankful.
talk about that. We're definitely going to talk about that because I mean, I've seen pictures, but I wanted to paint a picture for anybody listening that is looking to visit, because honestly, the moment you step into a place, you're either going to have a good feeling about it or you're going to be like, I don't know. And
so true.
You have really mastered that whole aesthetic for the esthetician. I'm kidding.
Well, it has to be like welcoming. Like you have to feel like, oh, this is my vibe. Like as you're going in there,
and,
you know.
And it's like your clients know exactly who they are and they walk in and it fits who they are, and you match, you know, what they want. Like they have a clear idea of what to expect. And I think that is so amazing. And you do the same thing with your Instagram. And so I want to go into that because she is Instagram queen over here. I couldn't even say it because I want to say Instagram, but I tripped up on my words. No, she really is killing it. And when she says in 2.5, I mean, we've barely done anything with our Instagram, let's be honest, for this podcast, but I am working on it. It just, you know, it takes some time. We don't have like a physical.
It does.
We don't have like a visual thing as much. So we don't really have like that kind of like background where we can add it to Instagram, whatever. But I love that you have taken Instagram reels and you've made them funny and informative for anybody that comes to your page. So basically she takes reels and she makes it fun to learn about skincare and pokes fun at everything, the industry, herself, her clients, in good fun, of course. They are hysterical to watch. And so she really puts her personality into her business. And how did that happen? Like, obviously, you've been on Instagram for a while. Come on, we're millennials. So how did you take it in the direction you decided to go?
Well, okay, so I love the whole like idea of reels. I think it's such a great way to be creative and express yourself that way, but it's also such a great marketing tool. You can literally take any reel that you like, any audio, whether it's funny or sad or very like yes queen boss bitch vibes, whatever you're trying to accomplish, like you can apply that to your business. You just have to think of an idea. So I try to educate my clients that way, making it funny. I don't want skincare to be overwhelming. I want it to be fun to learn about, you know, and then I add some humor in there, throw my personality, my little spice in there. And that's how I get followers. People see my reels, my content. I'm educational at the same time. So I get a lot of my followers that way, just by showing my personality.
I love that. Do you get people that could be potential clients? I'm sure you get a lot of people around the country, if not the world, you know, it's the internet, but like, do you get a lot of people that are in the area that are like, wow, I could really use your help?
So with the reels aspect, I gain a lot of followers that are like also in the same industry as I'm in, which is cool. I love hyping other women up and being like, hey girl, blah blah, sharing tips, etc.
Yeah.
When it comes to getting clients in the area, most of those clients find me through referrals. So someone referred them to me. They're like, hey, I had a great experience with her. go follow her, check her stuff out, which is really cool. I have very supportive friends and family as well who are always reposting and sharing my work. My before and afters get me clients the most. Anytime I post a really good before and after of a client, people see that and they're like, wow, I want results like that. So that's what usually gets me the most bookings are my before and after pictures.
And we're definitely coming in to take photos of our own because God forbid we walk in there and we don't take one photo. Even when I saw you at your other place, it still was so cute. And I was like, hey, can you just take a photo of me and I'll like post it for you?
And I saw that. Were you like lying down and it was like a sign?
I even turned it into a TikTok. Like I really like took advantage of being at that facial and wanted to let everybody know I was getting a facial done. Like,
oh yeah, she did. I remember.
As you do.
Yeah. But it's just like amazing how you've really taken an idea and run with it and like started this is the beginning of your own empire. I mean, let's be real here. Like this is going places. It already is, going somewhere.
So excited.
It can only go up from here. And we are so honored.
I'm always saying that.
Yeah, we love it so much that you came on the show because I was like, this is exactly the type of person we need to have. Somebody who understands that we are boss ass bitches and we don't give a fuck and like we're just gonna take over, but also energy. Knows what they're doing. Like Rachel is the real deal. Go ahead and plug your Instagram so people can find your skincare page.
I need to find these reels.
So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Skin Solutions by Rachel. Skin Solutions by Rachel, Rachel.
I was gonna say let's specify because there's like 100 million ways to spell things.
I know.
Super easy though, super straightforward. We're gonna put it in our show notes. Eventually,
people, if they want to book with you, do they just DM you or what's the process for that?
No, I get flooded with DMs, so I have a link in my bio. And when you click that link, there's two options to shop the skincare line that I use on my clients, which is Glymed Plus. So people from all over the world, if they're visiting my page, they can shop skincare that I recommend through that link, or they can book an appointment with me if they're in the area.
Is most of your clientele like our age, like, 20s, 30s, or do you have a lot of older clients as well?
I don't have a ton of older clients. They range anywhere from 18 to late 50s.
Okay, cool.
Mostly it's between 18 and 30s, but I do have, more seasoned clients as well.
Perfect. So all the skin. She knows it all.
All the skin, the ages,
all the skin types.
Yep.
Yes. She can even work on babies. No, I'm kidding.
Bring your newborn in.
They have glowing skin.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Rachel.
And
thank you guys. It was a pleasure.
We gotta go out sometime, have a drink, because that's what we're all about on the podcast. So
I know.
Next time I'm in Orlando.
Wow, I want to do a cocktail hour.